Hey, mom and dad, sorry for not telling you I'm doing the speech. Surprise. Good morning, everyone. It's an absolute honor and a pleasure to be standing in front of you today. But first of all, I would like to thank Dean Hassan for his inspiring words and a very touching speech. Now, welcome all to the commencement ceremony of the School of Sciences and Engineering. And I would like now to welcome all faculty, alumni, family, friends, and distinguished guests to the commencement ceremony of the School of Science and Engineering. Welcome all. So, what's the plan? Yeah, what's the plan? Is it getting married, making money, traveling the world doing your master's, or going the whole 9 years and getting a PhD? What's the plan? I don't know. That's what I said the moment I graduated from high school and had the certificate laid in my hand. It felt as though I was lost in the real world, and all I wished for was guidance. Guidance to discover what I truly want and what I'm most passionate about. AUC guided me with the tools I needed the most. I remember freshman me, undeclared, hoping to major in what he loved since day one, which was petroleum engineering, by the way. Back then in 2014 and 15, the oil prices hit rock bottom, job opportunities were becoming less and less, and the industry wasn't that promising. I went out asking professors and doctors about what to do. I remember the most important thing they said. They told me, major in what you love, and then the odds will be on your side. So at that point, I realized that I have to come up with a plan because I was aware that I'm in control of what I want to pursue. Because let's agree on something. We all here want to have a successful life, and I don't want my life to be as bad as Game of Thrones final season. It was really bad. So the first step was come up with a plan to be successful. And so I closed Netflix and opened YouTube. I opened YouTube to search for all of the successful people I could possibly think of so that I can look for the common similarities between me and them and ignite my own version of a successful life. And after 11 hours on YouTube, and thanks to its algorithms, I end up watching a video on how to install GTA 5 on my calculator. That's actually true, you can search for that. That's fake, I tried it. And then I asked myself, why am I designing the plan? And when should I stop? I had to identify a target. And after I identified the target, I asked myself again, how could I cope with the dynamic variables of life to reach this target? In the School of Sciences and Engineering, we were taught that before solving a problem, we search for its equation to reach an accurate result, or at least the best estimate. So for me, to cope with the dynamic variables of life to reach my target, I had to unlock what is so-called the equation of life. I will use 3 real-life stories from former AC graduates to show you what I mean. The first one wanted to graduate, travel to Europe, and never come back again. However, he had an early birthday present, a newly born brother that would make him serve in the army for 3 years. I hope no one relates. There's someone in the graduate that talked to his parents. Sorry, man. Thanks, Dad. Maybe it's worth mentioning that after he finished his military service, he continued working for the army. He liked it there. It suited him. I learned from him to be flexible, as sometimes the circumstances requires us to be. As sometimes the main plan will not work, neither will plan B. There is strength in embracing change and openness to new opportunities when they come. I learned that in order to cope with the various variables of life, I have to be flexible. As being flexible is being ductile, and while brittle breaks, ductile survives. The second one, to graduate, make a career shift, and build his startup. As soon as he graduated, he did what he wanted. But life showed him how tough it is. He lost his loved ones, money, partners abandoned him, yet he kept building his startup. I learned from him to always be in motion. I understood that the process of reaching your target requires lots of sweat, blood, and tears to be spent and to never stop moving. If we took a look around, we can see that because of motion, we're living now. Planets are rotating, rivers are running, blood is flowing. If any of them stops at any time, we're gone in seconds. As Albert Einstein once said, life is like riding a bicycle. To keep your balance, you must keep moving. The last one declared a major that he hoped will help him secure a place in one of the big NGOs. As soon as he graduated, he felt that the NGO's life didn't suit him that much. He currently has a master's in finance and working in a bank. But despite him being happy about his current position, he realized that he was spending way too much time on something that didn't suit him that well. And that by better planning, he would have gone out to experience new opportunities, have a better position, and most importantly, save time. I learned from him to always keep track of time. Because time, if utilized correctly, it leads to success. Because as of every morning, we lose time that can never be reacquired. Don't let the sand in the hourglass slip unnoticed. The real life story taught me that the equation of life is full of variables, but has three constants: flexibility, motion, and time. These constants, if adopted, will help us reach our targets efficiently. Because in life, you can move fast, slowly, rest for a while to recharge, but at the end, you must be moving, flexible, keeping track of your time. Because once you stop moving, you're no longer flexible, and you're running out of your time, and eventually, you're out of the game. And there is this one major constant that needs no story to be told, that needs no one to tell you about. It is the support we get from our families, partners, and loved ones. The support that made us bear all of the strong punches of life. The support that kept us going through everything. The support that made us all here today. So parents, partners, loved ones, thank you. Without your support, we wouldn't have made it here at all. Thank you. Last semester, I took a course called Reservoir Simulation. And for a matter of fact, the professor of the course is with us today. The course is simply a simulation of a performance of a reservoir over a long period of time. I remember the very first class. I was actually late. Sorry about that. The professor started the course by making a very important statement. He said, in this class, we have the luxury of simulating the reservoir millions and millions of times. Because as we go in the real world, we only have one shot. I thought deeper about this quote. What if we didn't simulate the reservoir? Actually, we would lose unrecoverable resources, money, and time. And that led me to another thing. Isn't what we're living here at AEC a simulation to our lives? Here at AEC, we learn beyond academics. We learn how to formulate our equations of life. And thanks to all of the liberal arts courses, not only do we learn how to formulate our equations of life, but also we learn how to test, doubt, and critique them to establish a strong foundation for our lives to be built on. Here, we learn how to live, plan, and commit. Here, mistakes are allowed, identified, and corrected. Mistakes at AUC makes us better and stronger. It's the place where every learning opportunity is possible. Freshman me wanted to be the SU president, and apparently I'm not. AEC showed me that this is not what I want. Because here, all the targets, goals, and plans can safely change. And as of today, every action will count, and every mistake will be critical as the equation of life will commence. AUC acted as a simulation, deducting our trial period after graduation. So, we're all gathered here today to celebrate our triumph, to acknowledge our victories over our defeats. As we all reach our targets, we celebrate by the gowns on our shoulders and the caps over our heads. Our caps are leveled at the same height. And here today, we all crossed the finish line. Congratulations for that. But as Frank Sinatra once said, everyone did it in his own way. Everyone was flexible according to the variables he faced, kept moving over the obstacles he endured, and conquered time in his own way. We're all unique, we're all different, and the same applies to our equations of life. So don't go and take someone else's equation of life and think it will have the same result as his. Be unique, be yourself, because as long as you're being a copycat, you will never be the best copycat. But you have the chance of being the best version of yourself. Class of 2020, congratulations, and go unlock your equations of life. And thank you. See you in 40 years.